Alright, in today's video we'll be playing like two Fnaf fan games. In order to kind of kick off a Fnaf era of the account, hopefully my last era that I ever do, because Demons In will continue and all that, but due to like the lackluster of YouTube putting me on a good algorithm, I low-key just been considering just giving up for a little bit. So in the meantime, let's play some Fnaf games. So the first one, of course, is going to be something kind of classic that was brought back by the community, I guess, and that would be, can I just kind of please screen share this? Okay, thank you. And there we go. Today we'll be playing Those Nights at Fredbears, and hopefully if it shows, Purgery over Freddy Fazbear, which is apparently one of the worst games that you can pair it. I mean, one of the worst games. I think this one was played online. Yeah, this one's played online. You don't actually need to really download. So, but this is the only one we gotta download. So, let's get into the first game. Warning: this game contains flashing lights, loud noises, and lots of jump scares. Okay. The audio bugged out for a minute, by the way, so I don't know if it was my lag or something. So we're playing the demo. Of course, this is free, so I'm not the only one who has access to it. Also, if you have any recommendations, just send them over. Put them in the comments or something. I'll play them in the next video. I'm also trying to upload on weekends. Okay, let's go. Okay. So Fredbears have a diner. Alright, so we finally begin the night by walking inside and going straight to the office, of course. And also, something funny I want to note is that whenever the game begins, before any of the animatronics activate, they have no collision. Is that if I tell you guys like, I can just walk through you. Is that flesh? No, I think it's just the inside. No, oh no, that's just because he has a hole in his body right there. The only one you cannot see is Fredbear, which I'll explain how he works along with the others. Ooh, miniature flesh trap.
Hey Julio, listen, I want to apologize again for the super short notice that you're working the night shift for this last week before the renovations. I had this week booked off several months in advance for my sister's wedding, and Damien just quit. At least I assume so. He doesn't answer his phone, and he hasn't written anything in to say he's leaving, so I guess he just kind of saved enough to quit? I don't know. But that left us with just you. Not ideal, but you are the only person qualified enough for the job out of everyone. Good thing is, you get a bit of extra pay. Before anything else, though, I gotta do the legal stuff. I'm sure you got all of this in person when you started during the day, but now you're gonna get the night security version because there are some differences. Alright, I'll say we're good when you want to tune back in. Alright, let's see. Oh god, here we go. Welcome to Fredbear's Family Diner, where you are lucky enough to be a part of the most talented team of employees in Showbiz Pizza. Here you will make great connections with your community and serve the public alongside our star-studded cast of mascots that have warmed the public hearts for so long.
It was pretty much like any other game. I'm assuming that this game has a connection with like Chuck E. Cheese, which was back then, around that time of 1983. I'm pretty sure Showbiz Pizza. I forgot if that was a separate or... I'm pretty sure it's just merged with Chuck E. Cheese, but you get the point. So they talk about that and other ideas and pretty much go over the entire script. The Bonnie's off stage. Springbonnie's off stage.
Provided flashlight with you. Handy to have, but it chews through batteries quicker than Damien went through Bonnie bites. If it runs out, you do work in a restaurant with some pretty high-tech stuff. There's bound to be some spare batteries lying around somewhere. Oh, speaking of batteries, the power does tend to be finicky, to say the least. So if there are any issues, like if the lights start flickering, just use the monitor at the back of the office to shut it all down, and then switch it back on again. Alright, boss says it messes with the reserve power generator.
He saw me? He's just extremely slow. Yeah, you heard that right. Springbonnie is extremely slow. Like, so slow. You could realistically kind of outwalk him. As long as you have some distance but you won't really gain too much distance. He does take really large steps, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. So where's this curtain that he's talking about? They said there's a curtain in here that we need to make sure it stays closed. There's a curtain somewhere.
So say hello to Fredbear, who works kind of like Puppet in FNAF 2, but instead of doing it on cameras, you actually have to walk all the way to his room while avoiding Springbonnie, who pretty much is easy to avoid. As long as he's kind of within your office area, you won't really worry about it. But here's what you got to do. You got to walk up to him, find wherever the point is to close his curtains, which I don't even know how to explain it, but it's kind of hard to put your finger on. You don't really find it. It takes a little bit of time to find. Once you find that point, click on it, click and hold. And then once you do that, you should be good. But it gets a lot faster throughout the nights as they progress, by the way. So it drops much faster, which sucks.
Yes. Okay. Bonnie isn't really that fast, so I think it's a good thing, I'm kind of glad. Alright, say goodnight. I have a feeling I'm gonna hate it.
Yes, you will, Braylon. Yes, you will. It was on this night, Spring Freddy becomes active, which I'll explain his mechanics once I'm done with these clips.
Hello. Mr. Afton insists that curtain remains shut. I imagine to be written up for snooping. It's probably just some proprietary hardware he doesn't want people swiping, right? He is really serious about keeping that curtain shut. I've got no idea why. If it, for whatever reason, opens up, just keep him happy and close it, would you? It isn't open right now, is it? Mr. Afton is always trying to save every penny he can when it comes to business. One of the ways he does this is to disconnect the building from the grid at night and run the bare minimum off of reserve power. It does something where it holds some of the excess from the daytime, then runs on it till the morning when it kicks back on around 6. Reserve power shouldn't cut out either, in case you were wondering. Not unless you're being excessive with the power systems there. Those doors are released and held shut magnetically, which can eat at the power. And if you're not patrolling, checking for intruders, using the cameras the whole time instead, that'll also use a bunch. As long as you do all that, you'll be good. If it runs out, you'll just be in a dark building. Well, darker. Not like something horrific's gonna happen if it does.
I mean, it's extremely important, I want to know. Yo, you trying to get crossed up? I'm just not gonna make a run for that. I'll figure it out later. You got a problem.
Alright, well, like I said, here he is, Spring Freddy. It was all I know is that he only activates whenever it's like, I had to voice over that, Braylon, by the way, because you said it wrong. He only activates whenever the power's out. There's not really much to worry about, as long as you keep the power on, which, there's like 2 steps to doing that, which I'm pretty sure our phone guy explained.
Gentlemen. Now, there's 2 plans. There's only 2 options. A, die to Bonnie. Or B, die to Fredbear. They're saying you're supposed to just take your power away. where this breaker switch is, so I low-key might be fried on this next night. So I don't know if I was supposed to shut down the power while he did his music. I don't know. It's over here. This is a nice little one. Yeah, let's check on that curtain. Shut that down. That's really good. Oh my god! What? What? Alright, so we're not playing Purgatory or Freddy's because it's actually really buns. I lied. So I got the new one coming up, and it's called Animatronic Salvage, which I'm pretty sure is mostly just like Fnaf 6. This is probably like one of my last few voiceovers. I don't know why, but my mic tweaked out extremely. I don't know if I was too far or if the game was really loud and it just didn't track. But my mic was really silent, so I'm just gonna play some of the clips I had fun doing instead of you get it. It's mass. Anyways, this process takes like an excruciatingly long time, so you honestly kind of just rotate between doing the whole thing and turning back, looking at Bonnie. There's a chance that it could be much faster, but I think it's more on if you trust yourself or if you have good instincts on when to turn around and get off the thing. Anyways, so all you get at the very end is a single badge. Also, this is almost at 2x speed, yet it just takes that long. Alright, let's go over how Bonnie does work. All you have to do is every time he moves, kind of like how Fnaf 6 or has it, all you have to do is put on the animatronic mask, which is a Bonnie mask, which for some reason confuses Bonnie and he just goes back to his ordinary position. That's pretty much all you need to worry about. No, there isn't any other poses that will do anything to you, but if you take too long, like how I did in that first clip, you do die. Honestly, instead of letting you have to hear everything, I'm just gonna draw my OC or put some OC above this. Anyways, welcome to Freddy, Withered Freddy specifically. Sorry I didn't mention that. It told me these are the Withered characters I learned. So for Freddy, all you have to do is every time he moves at all, just click his nose and then he'll pretty much just stop. Nothing else. Kind of like how Bonnie works. He just goes back to his ordinary position and just takes his, well, you still have to do the same thing. I guess just repair the body or, get an x-ray of his body, his exoskeleton, pretty much. If you take too long, you'll die the same way, but I didn't really die on this night. This was my first ever attempt, by the way. It's pretty easy. Also, I kept misclicking. That's probably something that will get you killed.
Anyways, I'm gonna have to stop right here. It's getting really tiring of having to edit, copy, and paste that character several times and remake him over and over again. You get the point. Anyways, but I also want to stop it because, you know, it's really easy to continue. The only issue is that I didn't finish any of them. The only ones I did finish was Withered Freddy and Withered Bonnie. The only reason was because they're easier. I couldn't find controls for either the next few characters, or you get it. I couldn't find controls for these next few characters. There's some bugs because this is an old version of it, which you should probably go play the new one, which actually works better. But here's the clips of me getting killed and all that. No, but like, oh, it's control. I think that might be his default state. I don't know. Yeah, he moved. What did I say? What it was supposed to do like minutes prior. Whenever I didn't know about it. Give me a heart attack. How do I? How does it tell me how to do anything? How do I do the cupcake? Let's see. How do I give her? Can I press you that bad? See? Spam my keyboard, so low key. Yo, did I destroy the? I destroyed the game. Oh, it's in. So yeah, we're gonna substitute. That's not right. Please use it. Stop. Yet again, with this game doesn't tell you any instructions on how to do any of the tasks that you need to do. Like, not one. There's like nobody. So now you want to tell me. Okay, let's read this off. There's a help menu in the game. Okay, controls are also listed here. I know how they work. I think maybe they just remade it though, because of the whole, this might be a problem. So, but let me take a look. I know how that works. Okay, this is pretty easy. So Rockstar Foxy, control. You're probably wondering why these characters are not selectable. That's because Golden Freddy and Lefty are only obtained once you complete their section. So Lefty, you have to complete all the rock stars, and Golden Freddy, well, Withered Golden Freddy, you have to complete all of the Withereds, which will unlock, well, once you get all the stars, basically. Thank you. So this isn't as bad. I'm using my mouse. I would go. Not like everybody else is. There's problems. I did it. Wait.
There's a girl. There's an Ember Lily. There was an Ember Lily.